Welcome to Subramani. This video is a roast of the people who are, I wouldn't even say trolling, but are perhaps having fun on Twitter. So here is my tweet. I have to read it out. I had tweeted about Colgate, and I had tweeted about buying Colgate in 1977-78 when the IPO came at 1,250. Which was 50 shares at 25 rupees. That's what got allotted. Maybe my dad applied for more, but this is what got allotted. And how my mother now receives a dividend of 1,76,000 on those shares, and this is after having sold some shares. It's worth at least a couple of crores, but having sold also, right? So that's what it is worth. And so let me just read out the comments which came for this tweet. When did I tweet this? On 25th July 2022, couple of days back, yesterday actually. I'm shooting this on 26th, maybe it will come up on 26th or 27th. And look at the comments. So first comment is, I'm not naming the people, it's a waste of time. First comment is, how many people you know who still hold it? Honestly, I don't know anybody, but how does that matter to my return? Yes, there would be people. Yes, I would know somebody who has Colgate in their portfolio. I know somebody who would have bought it at that stage, still held on. I know people who would have bought later. But how does it matter? How will no company does a meet your fellow shareholders kind of a meet for knowing that. So sorry, but no, that does not answer. I mean, that's not a relevant question at all. So why? No, so he says, I just wanted to know out of curiosity. Bad luck, buzz. So then there is another person who says 1,250 rupees in 1977 buys the same amount of goods at 1,60,000. That 1,60,000 buys today. I mean, Marathi they say dokyat padla ka. I mean, did you get hurt in your childhood? What is the rate of inflation you are assuming? About 24%. Just go check up on your maths, and 1,250 rupees of 1977 is not 1,60,000 of today. Some asset may have gone up like that, but I mean, it's not a regular inflation of, I mean, this is much higher than the regular inflation of 8, 9, 10, 12%, right? So then there is Sushil Vashishta who says eye-popping, worth following. Yes, agreed, Sushil. So I am naming Sushil because I don't have anything negative to say about him. Then there is another guy who says 1979 Sensex was 100. If you bought for 1,000, imagine what would have been your amount. So stop fooling poor investors and asking them to invest in the index. You may lose customer, but it is in everyone's best interest. I have no clue what this means. Right, so I am not looking for a customer. If you think I'm going to manage your money, no, I'm just managing my money, and I'm happy doing that. Right, I'm just having fun on social media. So if you want, you can have fun, or you can take a walk. This is and then one more person, the percipient has said, this is just the annual dividend. The value of shares is more. That's right. The value of shares is more. So then another person is asking, was Colgate listed in 1977, and if so, price should have been 1,250. Can't see any listing before 3rd Jan 2000. Price must not have been 1,250. Was the price was not 1,250. It was 50 shares at 25 which got allotted. Maybe my dad applied for 200, 400, 800. I do not know. This is what he got allotted. And I think it got listed at 90. So you would have thought, my God, this is so expensive. 25 had become 90. And then somebody has said, oh, it was listed in BSE, not in NSE. Then there is somebody who says, wow. And then there is another person who says, frankly, these examples are useless, since they presuppose stocks held for decades would multiply exponentially. The stock also needs to be decent, and you need to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, you will be stuck with a Suzlon, Arcom, Yes Bank. Even after decades of investing, they are not compounding. That's fantastic. I did invest in Suzlon. I did invest Arcom. I never bought. Yeah, or Arcom I bought and sold. Suzlon I bought and sold, and Yes Bank I bought and I'm still holding, right? So the question is, I'm not saying that every share that you buy will go this much. If every share that you bought went up so much, then there would be no risk, and if there is no risk, the returns can't be so high. So please understand what you're saying. So Mr. Percipient again says, the investor can decide if they want a company with zero profits at one, commanding market share, or MNC management, fabulous bonus and dividend history. Right, that's true, right? So another man says dividends will be accrued in the graveyard, though. I don't even understand what it means. If he thinks it's taking too long, please find me a shortcut, and I don't think shortcuts exist. But if you want, so did you buy a total of 1,250 worth of shares? Yes, I bought my dad bought 1,250 worth of shares. So again, another genius comes and says, this tweet was good in 2021 to get newbie investors. Look, I am not looking for investors. I don't want to manage your money, right? So please go. So another intelligent investor says that bull market खत्म हो गया, अब तो bull market की stories बंद करो, वरना retailers buy करते रहेंगे. Boss, if people think that they can read my tweets and watch my YouTube video and become investors overnight, more power to them, but I don't think it is going to happen that way. So anyway, acha, there is another person who says, in 1977, if I had a surplus of 1,200, I would have prioritized Colgate. Would I have prioritized Colgate over land in Velachery, which is now worth 1 crore? Wow, that's fantastic. Excluding rentals. I would have taken fixed deposits with FDs offering more than 18%. Super brilliant. Other non-toothpaste shares of Four Hands, Binaka, Gopal tooth powder, etc. Now this is absolute nonsense, simply because I do not know in Velachery what was the price of land, but please understand, 1,250 has become 1 crore. That is about 100 times over 40-year thing. Just go and check what is the IRR. Secondly, I am talking of dividend. I have never told you how much these shares are worth. These shares should be worth, in my, I have not seen the statement, but should be about 5 crores, not 1 crore. So if you had chosen Four Hands, Binakas, etc., I have no clue how you would have bought. Maybe you would have bought it and stored it in your house. These companies were not listed. Yes, Hindustan Sibagigi, but would you have bought that? I don't know, right? Equity N2 guy, he says 2,500 invested in Colgate in 1978 is worth 15 crores, including excluding dividend. IPO was 15 plus 10, and anyone who bought 100 shares in the IPO has now 1,02,400 shares. I am not very sure about the I am not very sure about the calculation, but yes, this is a sensible comment. Then there is somebody who says, such extreme time span examples are sensational but not useful for learning. Excellent. Okay to show the value, but no, I don't know what it means. Somebody is called Time Map says, you buy Orke Mills. I bought Orke Mills, I sold Orke Mills, I made money in Orke Mills, and now the company does not exist. So okay, another brilliant guy. Can you tell which listed company can survive next 50 years? And if we will survive so long, I have no clue. Maybe you will die tonight. Maybe the company in which you invest will die day after tomorrow. I have no clue, right? So don't ask me those kind of questions. I can only say this is what I did. What you have to do, you do it for yourself, boss. So another one, Mr. Singh, who says, so Colgate was listed in India before it was listed in New York Stock Exchange. It got listed in New York Stock Exchange only in 2000. Well, I didn't know that, sorry. Acha, how many Indians had 1,250 rupees at that time and hope there is something called inflation which comes into play? Well, my dad had, and it's luck perhaps. Another person says 1,250 rupees worth real estate investment today would be worth 125 crores. Wow. Wow, I wish I had I wish I had invested 1,250 rupees in anything and it was worth 12.5 crores. Forget 1,250 crores, 125 crores like what Shitesh has to say. He says the only reason why people get stuck in many stocks, I have no clue what it means. Most of the stocks from 1977 do not exist anymore. Wow. Which means 1 lakh invested in any of those would have turned zero by now. That's brilliant. Then there is another chartered accountant who says, oh, this is all drama to fool small investors. Fool small investors and do what? I don't care a damn about what small investors are doing. I don't care a damn about what big investors are doing, right? Which means survival rate of business over such long periods is zero or very, very low, right? That is the ground reality. Wow, good English. Who had 1,250 in the late 1970s? That time the average salary was 30 rupees a month. Are you serious? Are you enumerate? Given inflation, adjust to 2022 and you know how much money it was in the late 70s. Wow. People only, only equity guy says, people give only example of winner. What about loser? Good. People who think about losers don't invest. Another Colgate listed in New York in 1982. It was not listed in 1977. So you are faking it. Sorry, sir, I am faking it. Maybe my mistake. Maybe it was 1997. I meant 1977. What a joke. And the problem is, if I don't put the word sarcasm, people don't understand that it is sarcasm. And then somebody called Nitin says, what a stupid post. Perfect. And then Umesh Balecha, he asked one fair question, says, who will wait? Kaun 40 saal kaun raah dekhega? That's true. So you need bitcoins which will create wealth in 4 minutes or 40 minutes. 40 years is too much to wait for. I agree with some portions of it, saying, okay, this compounding wouldn't have worked for me, it worked for you. My father never invested. All those are fair enough, but the enumerate ones where they say 1,250 is worth 125 crores and all, I don't think these people should be investing. Thank you. Bye.